And we are live. Subs Leon.
I'm just trying to adjust my lights here.
Subs. Hi everybody, this is CVGS. I'm the captain here, and I have Dempster.
Hi.
And I have Leon.
Sups.
Subs. Yes,
Sup.
and today this is our discussion live stream for the Vanguard live stream that we saw just yesterday, which was 13th of April. I almost said August. I guess I'm wishing for the year to end very quickly. So, but yeah, not in terms of like card news, right? We didn't get much because this is the week of DBT 01. It is releasing tomorrow. Official release will be tomorrow, and we actually ended up getting like the ratios for the box releases so far. Let me see if I can find the tweet because but before that, we got to address one thing. Which, hang on, let me see if I can stream it to you guys so you guys can kind of see. I'll have to adjust a few windows, so here we go. This shouldn't affect my net too much based on what happened. There we go. Right, so you guys should be able to see. Now I have to adjust a few windows. Give me a second. I'm cut in half. No, why am I cut in half? Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, hang on. Turns out I didn't add the fourth window in here, so never mind. I'll just cut to the big one that we see over here and just have everybody in here, so this will be easier. Okay. Not window number 3. Alright. Oh no. Okay, hang on. I just gotta have to manually add it in. So, but yeah, if you guys can see what the picture that I'm flashing to you guys now, right?
Yes, the
Yeah.
derp.
Yes, we have to address the derp of Shin-san because this is how he was acting like the entire live stream.
I mean, Dr. O is gone, so someone has to take his place.
Was Dr. O ever this hilarious?
He was the derp. He was the derp guy in the stream.
It's Morishima Shunta.
Yeah.
You can't really expect anything less.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right.
So just to be sure, right? Those are the full art.
Yes,
They were holding in their hands, right?
they're the full SP art. Please don't mind me as I adjust our windows as we go along. So, hey Samuel, thank you for
Hey
joining
Samuel,
the stream.
thank you for coming in.
Always good to
Arigato.
Hi Samuel, thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you for joining us. Okay, I know what window to add right now. So yeah, what you see in there is actually not. It is the full art, but it's actually the full art in SP because surprisingly enough, almost all of the cards, right, or at least the cards that's in the right line, including triggers and all, and as well as the double R's, the ORs, the triple R's, that they're all getting SPs.
Oh.
Because right now, one box each will have one SP apparently. So
Yes.
we're gonna get 20 SP in a carton.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have them still on the screen right now, so sorry. I have to get my small joys in there.
I'm still waiting for that moment.
Right.
Go on.
Alright, so yes, anyways, as I was saying, according to the box ratios, right, which if I'm able to find the tweet on it, right, box ratios says that there's gonna be one SP in every box. There's gonna be 4 triple R's and 1 over trigger, which means 6 out of 16 packs in a box will net you will net you the over trigger, 1 of the 4 triple R's, or the SP.
That's a lot of SPs.
Yeah, there's a lot of SPs.
That's
because
actually that's a lot more consistent than I thought.
yes, because that's surprisingly it's so consistent, right? That it's become very reliable, right, for our market to actually be able to do like carton splits, slots. Because 2 people can share the so 2 people can actually share the same slots. Before it was always been the case, but right now because of the nations and the way it's designed, right, it seems like it's much easier, right? That even I dare say like 2.5 people can share 1 carton for 1 nation.
Not to mention that right now the ratio for the triple R has increased into 4 copies instead of 3 with the 1 paint the butt VR. So now it's purely just 4 triple R's, and that makes everyone's life so much easier. It becomes going at about 80 total triple R's, So that means it's safe to say that everybody is going to get at least 2 playsets of each of the triple Rs.
Yes.
If you were to count that, if you were to take the ratio into consideration, one whole carton can give, I think it can make 10 people very happy.
Yeah,
or 20 even.
Which has
It's a
never
bit
been,
hard.
which I think only recently it's been a thing, but this is like 10 people for almost the entire Vanguard community.
10, sorry. Yeah,
Because
10.
there's no clans now.
Yeah.
I
10
think the
play
real- I
sets,
think
right?
the real-
Wait, 2 play sets of it. Yeah, 20 people.
Yeah.
I think the real problem really kicked in when in standard was because everybody's fighting for the VR because VR is your ace Vanguard, and if you
Yeah,
don't get the VR,
exactly.
you're essentially dead.
Exactly. So the fact that it's, I mean, just the gacha alone, 6 out of 10 packs is already like, what the hell. That's like impressive enough. And I think Samuel was mentioning that he's looking forward to this series to come out in English, and even if his playground is only going to be playing Keta mostly before the Morikawa means all coming, so
Yeah, pretty much. And he is asking if we have seen Solon's video on the price of Overdress.
for Overdress.
Actually, we have not watched it. I don't think so.
Yeah, we
I
haven't watched
definitely
it.
haven't watched it. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in terms of Solon's video, none of us have actually able to watch it because we all have our own stuff. I'm surprised that I'm able to get you two here finally after so long. Say hi to these two guys, or rather these two.
Yeah, our apologies because work. and
Yeah,
all
we've been
that.
increasingly busy these past few weeks.
Yep.
So,
So hopefully going forward, we're definitely gonna be continuing these discussion streams also, because I managed to clear my Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so you guys will still be able to see these regular videos up here. And if you guys want to chat with us, this is one good reliable place that you can actually do it every Wednesday here on YouTube and every Tuesday over on Twitch for the Vanguard live streams and such. So yeah, let's actually talk about price wise and in terms of the splits and everything, because isn't it a little unprecedented? There's actually 4 triple Rs in a box.
Defy unprecedented.
As in, like, we seen variants of like 3 triple Rs plus 1 VR, but we never seen 4 triple Rs since they already removed all of the rarity.
Yes, this is if I recall, this is definitely the first, and luckily, we no longer had to fight over the VR because, again, just as I was mentioning earlier, the VR was generally what killed the standard format in terms of its secondary market, purely because of the fact that every box only has 1 VR and everybody's fighting for that VR.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
you only have 20 means at most it's only 1 or 2 people going to walk away with something.
the entire carton isn't going to be able to support the entire village.
Yep.
If you want to put it in that kind of perspective.
Absolutely.
So with the highest priority being triple R, as it's been mentioned many times before, and the fact that we are getting a consistent 4 every single box, which means in a carton of 12 to 16 boxes, what was it again?
In a
One
carton
carton
of
is
20.
about
20
boxes. So we've got a total of 80 triple rares. If the triple rares are only the grade 3s, that means 80 divided by 5 would be... I'm bad at math.
80 divided by 5 would
13.
be about 16. Oh wait, no.
16.
Sorry.
13. No, 16. 16, yeah,
16,
correct.
yeah, 16.
Yeah. 16... Why are we even counting again? Oh yeah, 16 triple rares for each nation.
Yep.
And you divide that further by 2, which means there's a very high chance everyone can walk away with their triple rares that they so want, and more to come. So in a sense, right, buying one entire carton could be overkill, but at least it gets you the guaranteed ratio of what you're expecting, and how many people you're sharing it kind of depends, but everyone's going to walk away happy, and that's a very, very good thing.
But on the contrary to that situation, I feel that there might be some issue that will surface after the box initial release, because it's so easy to get sets now. Then the reason we hit packs is a lot lower than before, as a matter of fact.
Correct. People are just going to buy a carton and just walk away.
Yep.
No, after the initial carton, everyone's probably gonna get everything they needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means they have no more reason to buy packs anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But-
unless you are one of those people who didn't manage to get it at the get-go.
For our market here in Singapore, that would absolutely be the case also. But if you think about those people that are actually purchasing those single packs, I mean the chance to actually hit it is actually quite high. Because back then it's like, oh, you get the double R. The double R's back then were not very were not really the best thing, or like, like, oh, it's a double R, I can use this, but it's not gonna make my deck better. It's the triple R's that will. Now it's like 4 out of the 4 of them is actually gonna be changing your deck. That's like a quarter of it that's gonna be able to change your deck. If you come to Overtrigger, that's actually 5, because now the triple R's, right, are actually high enough that anybody can chance on the box, and will still be able to pull something worthwhile. Which is kind of nice when you think about it also, which means that they're really catering to people, or rather like to as many people as possible, which also includes like maybe some newer people that's coming into the game because of the anime.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. So Simon says that if the video that Solomon made, it was talking about how the SP thing will lower the price of the normal cards and other things. I think because of the number of SPs in there, the SPs are actually going to be lower in value. But then again, they are, like, the company is not infinitely printing these sets. Like, they only will print up to a certain point, and then there's only a certain amount on release day, and only when there's a supply shortage, right, would then they actually come in, and they will actually kind of like they actually were like, okay, all of our stores need more stocks, let's go print some more. I think that's how it works, right, on their end. So in terms of like SPs, so there's a limited number. So in terms of like pricing wise for the SP, I do see them going down, because then there's going to be so many of them. But at the same time also, there's still going to be some of the more expensive stuff out of the box in the secondary market.
Yeah.
More or less the case. And Transaction Gaming is saying, is no one going to mention the fact that right deck exists makes budget deck a lot easier to make?
Yes, but the main reason why we don't talk about budget decks being a lot easier to build is because of the fact that from the start deck itself, right, it's considered budget on its own. To a certain extent, because it doesn't cost you that much for USD on your side. So for a deck like that, right, to be able to function in the way that it does, right, if you really want to talk about budget, you really have to be talking in cents. Like cards that, like, in terms of like, oh, you only are spending like $3. That's where you would say budget deck come into play. And even then also, it's like getting some of the other cards that you need in order to make the budget deck viable means that the deck is no longer considered budget, because it's viable on its own. So from my view, I would say that budget decks seems to not be too much of a thing anymore, which is the main reason why nobody is talking about it. Because
fun deck itself is budget.
At the same time, also getting your triple R's from the BT, right, is actually quite a high roll. There's a good chance, 1 in 4 chance, that you'll be able to get something high rarity that you yourself can play, or another person can or you can tell somebody for so that they can play, and then you can go hit it again. You know what I mean? So yeah, in terms of budget decks, I think we have reached a point whereby we can almost say that they're almost non-existent.
Basically, yes. Even if like you were to build a literal budget deck, just build out, like, your budget had to be like common deck.
Yeah.
Like, just being purely from common cards.
If you mean
Like that's the budget. Like
yeah, that is the budget right there. So if you're only sticking to the common cards only lah, so but even the rare ones are also quite easy to pick up as well. And if you want to talk about if you want to talk about, like, say, pack fights, like, you just take like you and a few bunch of people will be opening one box, and after that you guys will be playing with the cards in the set, then yes, the right deck will make it a lot easier to have that consistency in order for you to get the stuff that you need. And it is something that will stay in Overdress, and I think the company, and ourselves included, also don't feel very comfortable with putting in premium, because there's still quite a lot that premium can do with a right deck available, and what they can do with the right deck in premium is too much consistent like broken stuff. Not say broken lah, so but more in the sense that, certain things that are hard to pull off suddenly become the easiest thing to pull off, and that's because you have the right deck for the ease of mind to access to the cards that you need to start the combo.
Actually, on that note, right, Something got me curious, like because of how the card ratio is right now, right? Do you think Vanguard draft tournaments will become more of a thing than before
It can be now, actually.
from default onwards?
Yeah, it can be. Like, 4 players share a box. 4 players share a box, and then, everybody gets a triple R from there. Then that's their, then combined with whatever start decks that they have, then, it can be a possibility. I would say.
Because back then it's very hard. It's very hard to do a draft.
We had to put that to the test.
I think we know our first project will be already.
Yeah, let's do a draft video on this channel.
A draft video on a draft tournament. I like that.
What do you guys think? Let us know if you guys want us to
Let
see.
us know.
Let us know if you guys want to see us do a draft, like a draft
That'd
pack
be
fight.
awesome.
So, but yeah. Other than that, there wasn't really much noteworthy news. So, because most of their news is combination of any events. They're having their Vanguard Festival coming up in spring on their side, or a little later in spring, and then they're also promoting for Vanguard Zero as well, and of course the anime itself, which we are getting episode 3 for, and we all know what episode 2 is, because episode 2 is a freaking riot. Episode 2 was a huge riot.
This just makes people like Megumi even more, lah. Seriously.
Yeah,
I have watched this episode for the 6th time.
It's her character development episode.
No, it's a character introduction. Not introduction. It's like just she's the focus character of the entire thing. So
I think at this point it's just straight up development already.
Well, there's that. Well, in the meantime, may I suggest maybe we have a look at Solem's video?
yeah,
I think
actually,
it's alright, right?
Yeah,
Let's
let's do
see
that.
what he has to say for his talk about the pricing.
yeah, sure. Let's
Wait, do
take
we
a look
need
at it.
permission to do that now?
It's okay. We're just watching and then we're just taking in also. But
Okay.
but in terms of
But disclaimer, Solemn. We're just watching for reference.
we're watching because we want to see what you have to say for
Yeah.
pull ratios. But don't worry, YouTube, we will have a fix to that, not a problem, because we have ways to do it. So which we will be activating right now. Oops, wrong one. We just need to turn on a filter, and my favorite filter out of all this that we have is wintergreen. So in terms of getting flagged, we probably won't.
Welcome to
So yeah, I think in the video is how expensive will they be. So yeah, let's just.
Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we have a new kind of perspective right here as I'm trying this new setup. Today we just had the stream reveals. Now we already knew all of the cards, so it's not like I'm gonna show you this new card with this new ability. However, what we actually got new was a ratio for what you can expect to pull in a box. They essentially opened up a box and we saw what they pulled. So this way we know how much of a certain card you might expect to pull, how many of the big hitters, and this way we can also talk about how expensive Overdress as a whole may be. Now, one important history lesson here is that when V-Series 3 years ago,
He's not reading off of a
everyone
script.
was suddenly, V is gonna be
Yeah.
so much cheaper. Everything's gonna be cheap, man. Decks right now on pre-order you can
Everything's
get them
gonna
for
be cheap.
$80 or
Nope.
$100. So now decks will be $100. V is just
Man,
it's gonna be
remember the time when we
everyone's
were
gonna get all
thinking
these things
that?
for cheap. One of the big arguments then was, we no longer have
Man.
so it's gonna be so much
Man.
cheaper. So
But back then it's like we
it's-
didn't get a whole
you have to
reboot
think
after all.
about
So
how many cards are in it.
Yeah.
Even though in the short term that may have effect because you just need less cards overall, what's actually far more important is how many specific cards of a certain case you need to buy. Because if you have a store, you still need to buy those boxes at the exact same price and you need to keep the profits at the exact same height. It's not like local game stores are a charity. So when people were saying, all these decks are going to be so much cheaper, I was like, no. Look at your case ratios, look at your box ratios. Nothing's gonna be cheaper. You still needed the same amount of expensive cards, and they didn't add way more chase into the cases for the whales. Because if you don't have chase cards in your sets, guess what consumer is actually paying for the case, for the store, to still have the same profit margins? It's gonna be you. So when I saw V, I realized this shit is gonna be the exact same price.
There goes
after a while.
family friendly.
You still need
Oh,
the exact same
damn it.
amount of high rarity cards, and so you needed to hold the same cost, except for that is those GRs and ZRs that we had at one point in G. But beyond those, everything stayed the same. And so what did we see? Mid and end of V, all of these decks were just as expensive as G, except for, once again, you know, the weird outliers. So now we get the ratios for Overdress, and now we can start talking about how much cheaper or more expensive will Overdress end up being compared to V and compared to G, basically comparing to Vanguard's entire life. So what was the ratio in this one box? And now I'm not saying that every box will be like that, but the box we saw here was we saw 1 SP, which is confirmed per box. You will always have 1 SP. We had 4 triple rares. That's really huge. We had 5 double rares, 5 holo, and this is very important, and 1 overtrigger. So I think it's also confirmed that we have 1 overtrigger.
That overtrigger is like the most
really
underwhelming
important
thing.
ones here are the 1 SP, the 4 triple rare, and the 5 holo. Because when you have 4 triple rares, that actually means that you will almost be able to build 2 of a deck per case. Not exactly, but kind of. Now again, you need to assume that the value that the store gets out of a case needs to stay somewhat consistent. They're not going to pay 500 to 700, however much they need to pay depending on the country and taxes. Let's say 500 to 700 to then pull $300 worth of cards out. That is just not happening, unless you're at the later part of V where all of the demand plummeted. But in general, when your game is doing fine, the values need to stay somewhat consistent. So by looking at this 4 triple rare system here, I'm going to assume that building decks in Overdress will actually be slightly cheaper than in V. But we're not done yet. We have other factors. First of all, we have way more SPs per case, but there's also way more to choose from. So if you are chasing for 4 copies of a specific card, it will probably be just as hard as before, or maybe slightly easier, but it won't be, you know, this home run thing, because there's still a lot of SPs that aren't the chase ones. But since you are adding an SP per box, this means that a store will once again get more of their margin out of a whale, someone who's willing to overspend for cards, and that way that should push down the prices of your regular cards, your non-max rarity cards, a slight bit. You basically always need to consider, if there's a chase and the chase is actually worth it, the other cards should go slightly down in price, because people like, well, me, essentially pay for your decks. That's how you need to do it. If there's a case of $700 and there's a card in there that's 10,000, all the other cards are worthless, because the 10,000 will by itself pay for the case. Now, of course, such inefficiency would not survive forever, because then, well, that would be free money forever. So that's not how life works, but it's a really easy way to understand what's going on. Now, SPs, we've always had that. And easy triple rare ratios, we didn't always have that. That isn't mind-blowing either. However, where we really have this massive paradigm shift in basically pull rates is at the holo level. That is something we've never had before. We have had SPs and GRs and SGRs and SSPs and SSSSSSPs and Boomby Bambi Boomby SPs. We've had plenty of that. But what we never had was lower level cards being bumped up in rarity, so you can basically shine out your deck entirely. That is a new concept altogether. This has been a thing in Magic and Pokemon, and so now also in Vanguard. I believe that this will also push down all of the other prices, because once again, whales will be paying for your cards. I will not be competing with you for regular rares when I can buy the holos. I will not be competing with you for commons when I want the holos. And there's people like that who will gladly overspend on the holos, and that way the stores and the distributors in turn get their margin out of those whales, and thus they are able to sell everything else at a lesser price. Now, am I saying they want to sell those at a lesser price? No, but other stores will feel inclined to sell at a lesser price to be able to sell their stock, knowing that they're already profiting of the holos. And so this kind of like supply and demand shift will basically make it so the new SP ratios, the crap ton of triple rares, and these new holos should make base rarity cheaper than before. Now I already know what you're thinking. Oh great, all the decks will be free, $50 decks for everyone. Well, wait, if a deck is amazing, you will still have more demand for it. So you don't have to assume that every deck is now going to be dirt cheap always. You know, the best deck will still be the best deck, and therefore it will still have loads of demand. You may sometimes have a fan favorite, you may sometimes have a waifu tax, an edge boy tax, I don't even know, but that can still
Edge
happen.
boy tax.
Regardless, the baseline, the general market should be cheaper because whales are paying for all of this bling. Hope you found this interesting. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.
Okay, that was briefer than I thought it would be. So
Actually, that is also one of the few things I've been thinking about. I think I mentioned to the two of you before a little bit here and there. Just actually to everybody just at the start of the stream, because of now how many of this AAA we are getting so easily now.
Yep.
And then we are getting like hollows, we are also getting like SPs per box. So it's like, okay, people is definitely gonna get their playsets, but because there's now the blinks, people is gonna throw money out for the blinks. And those blinks are all for your common cards and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get a playset so long you open a case, actually.
yeah, and so far that I've seen from the packs that they open, right, it's actually triggers that are the hollows. And in terms of like other common cards, I haven't seen those yet. But I'm assuming that if they are gonna be making all comments into hollows, right, then you know that what he does bring out a very, very good point about the hollows for those that actually are shiny hunters.
You know what else is my concern? Is the fact that they are releasing the is it Fighters Collection?
Fighters Festival.
Fighters Festival.
Fighters Festival, which is another set of blinks for your TD.
Sorry, it's Festival Collection, sorry. But Festival Collection, yeah, it's actually the TD stuff all being reprinted in RRR and in SP formats for that set. So, and there's only going to be like 10 new cards, which is there's 2 for each edition.
Yeah, so maybe that's what overdress, the over part means in overdress, overspend.
Overspend.
Yeah, overspend. Vanguard overspend.
Vanguard overspend. So, Andrew coming in with the Monster Hunter talk. Yo, man, Golden Fry, why must you evade me? Welcome to Monster Hunter. Desire senses. Welcome to Monster Hunters, where your desire senses are the realest thing in the entire game.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, he does carry a lot of good points. He does really carry good points also. In terms of like pricing wise shouldn't really change. From V to Overdress, because I think price wise, right, and we've seen ourselves for the cutter splitting as well. The price to buy into a slot is about the same as well, about 130 to 150, depending lah. So yeah. So in terms of like price wise, some people may have the misconception that they better get the stuff cheaper. I'm guilty of it, I can say so, but that's also because I think of the secondary market, because that's where most people will get the specific cards that they would need if they're only just gonna play like Violence Bruce, or they're just gonna play Zorga, you know, and so on and so forth. So it makes me think about what the secondary market is gonna be like for these cards. I'm sure there's already like preliminary prices out currently right now for the set, so which I'm not too certain if we have ways of checking it.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, but not even Big Web is able to check until the release date.
Until the cards come out.
Yeah,
they
because
don't usually give prices until those cards come out.
Yeah, because unlike here, they actually respect the release date. So
Okay, to be fair.
No,
to
more
be
like
fair,
right. Sorry, more like they're actually closer to trouble if they mess up.
yeah.
Well, okay, to be fair, right, I remember there was a clause or something that they mentioned that, okay, it's not really a clause, I think it's because the release date, because the Singapore won't receive the cards first. If they were to open at the same time as the Japanese release, right, things might not make it in time for some of the shops.
That is true.
Yeah,
It's mostly because of shipping issues.
correct. It's always about that.
Okay, Raging Sword is like, will budget deck be viable? If since there's a lot of good cards with lower rarity, good lower rarity cards.
It will depend on what the full list is and how people can use that to their advantage. At the moment, actually, Vanguard has always been like one of those games that if you don't really care about winning or losing, you can actually make a full budget deck with no problems at all. Just that it will not give you the result that you desire. But I think for Overdress, it's a lot easier And like I said, depending on what the cards are, for the commons and rares, I think it is slightly more possible to build a budget deck just with commons and rares because of how the cards are split right now, considering it's now just 5 nations versus 24 or 25 clans in total.
Correct.
I think it's even more important to point out that the cards are currently at this moment printed generic enough for most of your nation to function with them. That's quite prominently more closer towards the Kagero side of things than any of the other clans. So that kinds of next question.
There's another there's another thing to point out, because most budget decks, right, would mean that you have a viable lower rarity Ace Vanguard to go with. And you can't say that there's a budget deck for decks like Office, for decks like Zorga, because you need Zorga for the Alchemagic, otherwise you can't do the Zorga things, the Alchemagic stuff without him. Office also, like if you need the powers, like Office is getting there. In terms of like budget, right, now it's more important to state a price. Because if you're going by rarity, I'd say that budget decks are not viable, because most of the great trees don't have a Vanguard skill. They're all Regard skills. Variant of Valiant is a Regard skill, and it's a great tree. So yeah, it's for the rest of the cards in the set, the great trees and all that, right, I haven't seen a lot of Vanguard skills that can be considered replacements for once they're already established. You know, Office, as I mentioned, Zorga, Violence Bruce, Bastion. If you want to talk about budget decks, right, it has to start with the start deck, because you have your ace settled from there, and then if everything else in your deck that is built from like commons and rares, then I can say that would be a good a thing to call budget decks. But if you're talking about building straight from DPT01, I'd say that's nigh impossible to do so. Not without the SD.
Not exactly. You can still build Eugene, based on my understanding, because there will be trigger sets that is in the box for you to build specifically for Eugene. Otherwise, it will be problematic, and people's gonna get into trouble because they did buy the SD. They have no trigger sets.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Ace Vanguards.
Yeah, the Ace Vanguards, however, will be stuck with Eugene and whatever great trees that they have printed along the way to support the set.
Correct.
Yeah.
I remember the Vanguard YouTube channel has a page whereby they showcase all of the cards in the set. I'm trying to look for it. Should be the page here. Is there a card list?
Let us have a look at it.
That's the commercial. The anime. Holos, ORs. Let's see if we can find that page where the card list page, because I remember I've seen it before. A card list page. Tomari, please crash the stream.
I want the touring, please. I want it.
Go buy it, Lazo. It's out now. Go buy it.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's out. Those things are out. So.
Yeah, I will find it.
Shoot, I remember seeing that they do have something like that, actually. Like they have a whole deck list. Just can't find it.
Nope, that's a tweet.
That's the Twitter. Overdress.
Nope.
No, not these, because this one leads to the bottom page. Huh. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll just go to the wiki for it. So we can actually see the cards from the wiki.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. So the booster set. So Trans says Devonfight's latest video has the link to the card list. So oh, it does. Okay, we can look it up from there. So
yeah, we have to go and take it from there.
Yeah. Okay, let's find it. Also. I like how people search different fight, but then there's still a space in the search. Here we go. So the page, get the full card list in Japanese. This was the page that I was looking for. So, all right. So if you look at this, let me just zoom in to very very high so you guys can see it. In terms of great trees, like This is a triple R grade 3. It says when placed on the Vanguard circle. There's no Vanguard skill on that. Office, Vanguard. This is Vanguard circle also. But even like supports, Exo Op is an Ace Vanguard. Zorga is an Ace Vanguard. Like this one for Dark States, it's a Rearguard skill. This one Rearguard skill for Keter Sanctuary. Grade 3s, Rearguard skill. Like Rearguard skill. The only thing that you will benefit from having a budget deck, right, is that you would have something for Persona Right. You have the Persona Right down there. But that's it. You have no Vanguard skills at all.
You are essentially dead. Yes.
Yeah, so in terms of like building straight from the box, a budget deck straight from the box, that's nigh impossible. Not unless you include one of the aces, either from the start deck or from here. And if you bring it from here, it's obviously not going to be considered a budget deck. And you wouldn't want to play one because the Persona Right makes it so that you want to play more than one.
As a matter of fact, most of the abilities revolves around the Persona Right. Like you only get the maximum if you are in that state in the first place.
For some decks,
so
yes.
that's what-
Yeah, correct.
For some deck. So that's what they're trying to push from here for the mechanic, so that everybody goes into like Persona Riding.
Correct. So, and even if you have this double R for Dark States, the skill says when this unit attacks, if you're in Final Rush, only Violence Bruise can put you into Final Rush. No other unit can. So you still need to get Violence Bruise in order to be able to use the full effects of this card. Otherwise, it's completely dead.
Yeah, so it kind of goes back to the question that
Yeah.
how do you define budget deck?
How do you define budget
deck? If anything, the start deck is the budget deck.
Yep. So you have. I think it's important time whereby we have to, when we say budget decks, we have to add a price to it. Because if you're talking, oh, I just want to spend $10. Okay, $10.
Start
Then start deck. Start deck will that's we use USD. So start deck, that's $4 out of the picture. Then another $6. Probably you can get some of the double R's here because they will cost around 1 to 2 USD. Around there, depending on it. If you're lucky, you can get a triple R for you can get this triple R, like say if you're going Dark States, you can get this triple R for like $3. And having this one copy will add quite a level up to your deck. So yeah, you have to determine the price in terms of budget. Now, you can't say commons and rares only because commons and rares, yeah, that's not possible. Not unless you have a start deck to go off with. So
Yeah, which is it's not really a problematic thing, but it's also kind of a way of them telling you you have no choice but to buy the start deck. But it's cheap though, so why can't you buy the start deck?
yeah, why can't you buy the start deck? Like even if you were to gift a budget deck to somebody, you would no sooner decide to buy the start deck and give it to somebody, because there is a proper full constructed deck that works very well on its own, and anybody can even go into the tournament with that deck and still can do quite a lot with it. So even against these cards over here that's already out for other players.
Not to mention that they also did announce having the 999 yen triple decks.
Yeah, the triple deck is also
package.
great.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, if you can't buy the single deck, then you buy all 3 decks.
Which in Japan they're selling at Family Mart now.
Already?
Yeah,
so
it's available at Family
so
Mart.
so basically they are encouraging you to essentially buy the start deck.
Because the start deck is not only just a great way to start, but it's also a great way to continue playing Vanguard, because those aces are gonna remain relevant, as said so by Director Mori himself. Those decks, right, those aces, the right line, is all gonna stay relevant for a very long time, and we are seeing it with the first BT. So, and hopefully we continue to see it in the second BT.
And not to mention that with 1 OR in each box, right, means it won't be easy for you to go on shortage of the Overtrigger, unless you have like 26 different clan that you want to run the same Overtrigger with, which you have no choice but to run the same Overtrigger.
And even then also, I think it'd be more cost efficient for you to just reuse that same Overtrigger into your multiple decks anyway. So
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Registocks added definitely will be upgrading the start decks, own Keter and Dark States at the moment. Some of these cards look fun to build around the SD Vanguards. Oh yeah, like a lot of the stuff that we see here is like super fun to add in also. Like I point out the grade 3 Diablo Boys Eden. Like this card is going to be so good to put into the deck, and it's going to add quite a lot of functionality and threat because of its skill. So which is if it restands, if you find rush, plus 10k. If this unit restands, plus 1 critical. So yeah, that is like adds a lot to violence boost also. And just having one card of it is like it adds quite a lot of value. So having 4 makes it more consistent, which is nice. Also, hello Isaiah, welcome.
Yeah. Yep. Hello.
Hellos.
Sure.
Right.
My package
So,
came in.
so
That's
while
why I was
that we are
already
already here looking at the cards, okay, what are your thoughts about the current grade 3s that is released for this entire set?
Before
Like, what do you feel of each individual decks?
before that, I should ask Dempster, what do you think of Hexor Sorceress?
Okay, let me just refresh myself on the skill.
Alright, so let me tell you that.
I check.
Uh.
Okay, one of your requests plus 10k. Okay, once per turn. If you personalize this turn, okay. If you don't personalize, she literally doesn't do much. Like everything is still based on RNG. But if you do manage to personalize, that's where my specialty comes in.
Yeah, I mean it's nice that such a powerful skill like this, right, whereby you can set the crit or the front trigger on the top of your deck from your hand, and then you get plus 1 drive after the fact as well. Like having that type behind Persona right actually makes it a little bit more balanced, because as I played with the Stockade deck with Magnolia, which the fight video is out earlier today, so you guys can catch that after this live stream if you guys want to. Yeah, piloting the Stockade deck, right, is like having a powerful skill like choose 3 units and they get plus 5k and attack from the back row. I can do a lot with 3 units that can attack from the back row in that fight.
Yeah.
But because it's locked behind Persona right, it was limiting, but that's only because of the fact that it felt more rewarding to be able to Persona right and get that skill rather than feel limited by it.
Not to mention for this particular Hexa Ops Sorceress, right? You also have other kinds of support cards that allow you to rearrange your top deck before you use a skill.
Not just with Hexa Ops Sorceress, but also with Bastion as well.
Aha, exactly. That's why. That's why this makes it a whole lot more dangerous. Hexa Ops Sorceress herself, if played well, is actually it can potentially be one of the tournament toppers.
You can see that happening.
That's wishful thinking.
That
could be wishful thinking. I don't know.
It's got potential. And Mate says, "Who needs many cards when you when one card can bully you?"
Violence,
So
Violence, Bruce, Virina,
bully you, Virina.
Virina, Bastion. I'm listing all the names of people.
Not even Nirvana, no. Virina. Can you imagine that? I'm gonna bully you, but it's not me who's gonna bully you.
No, it's like you can't beat me. You can't beat me, Nirvana. Oh, I know. But he can. Virina.
Virina comes out.
That's basically the entire Varina deck, bro.
What the hell?
But
But you know, the grade 1 just below the Megas. The grade 1 just below the Megas.
This one?
Look at the list.
Yep.
Which one?
Let me see if I can blow it up big. This one over here.
Something State Dragon.
Okay.
This
is Stealth Dragon. Tensha's dead.
Tensha's State. Yeah, Tensha's State.
Oh, he's not the one that searched for the grade 3.
When this booster unit hits the
that one I believe is not that high up. That one I believe is a double R somewhere around this one, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is when your Vanguard attacks, then if your opponent has 2 or less, then move this unit so then your Vanguard gets plus 1 critical. Sorry, not that one. Confident.
No,
confident are we? You got my grades. If it's a grade 1, let me see. Is it this one? Let me check.
Wait
Nigel, is it?
No. It's not the right line for.
Oh no, it's not
Nigel.
Not the right line.
It's not the right line for Eugene. I think that one's a promo. I think that one is a promo
already.
I think that one is a promo because there were the promo packs. Here, hang on. So Nani. Where was it?
Maybe I go by nation. It's a Dragon Empire card, right?
Yeah, Dragon Empire card. So.
Okay.
I believe it might be a promo, so
Uh,
because you can search your deck for grade 3 if I'm not mistaken. You pay a high cost for it also.
okay, now they don't have the option to filter it. So by grades or power.
This is
Grade
Eugene.
1.
Oh no, it is Sencha State. It is Sencha State.
It's this one, is it?
Oh, it is. Okay.
Correct,
Moving the
Richard,
Soto plus
when,
1 crit.
Oh yeah.
No,
No,
no.
this is it.
Sorry.
Yes.
The booster
when
attack hits, counter blast 1, then retire this unit. Then choose your Vanguard, and then search your deck for a Vanguard with a card with the same name. Reveal at your hand shuffle deck. Yeah, this is what basically what you need lah.
Correct.
You guys want to see me take out Dragon Newt again?
It just has to. Oh god, Virina.
Let's go. Vortex Dragon Newt.
I mean, Mate is already saying waterfall support. No, you're thinking too recent. You should think further back, like Novelvic.
Yeah, Novelvic is an option.
But this one is when the booster attack hits. So this one adds a lot of on hit threat. It's less about blocking off the attack and more about blocking off so that he doesn't get to pull off his skill.
Yeah.
Or
Can you
the
imagine
Musa
this is-
riding, depending.
This is behind a Virina that has just been over triggered.
Yeah.
It's PGOT confirm.
Insane power, insane taking.
Imagine throwing your entire hand just to guard off because you have no PG. Can you even reach the number? I don't think so.
No. There's no way that you can reach 100 million with just a gunning hand alone.
Yeah.
Like your entire,
Unfortunate.
I don't think your entire deck, right, including the over trigger, right, can come up to 100 million.
Nope.
100 million
Not
shield.
at all. I mean, we can do some quick math. 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3.
Mate was actually referring to the grade 3 that I pulled up.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
it's the
guys
get
on
1
crit,
critical. Yeah. It's similar to the old grade 1 for Novelvic also. Draconic Gaias also is like the old Draconic Gaias. When you can Soul Blast to rest this unit, then your Vanguard gets +1 critical.
Tri-Bash. Tri-Bash is the name of that card that he was
I
talking
thought, oh, Tri-Bash. Yeah.
Try bash or scout into the floor.
about. Hey, Triceratops, I feel them triggers. Yeah, don't use this on me, please.
Dude, this was the card I was just telling you the other day in the office.
Yeah, +1
The-
crit. Right? Yeah, please don't
Yeah.
use this on me.
I will totally
I
use
feel-
this on you. You know that.
Tan Xing Xian says, can we go further back and say pre-V series the end?
Oh yes.
Yes. Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Pre-V
Yeah,
series
that
the
is so
end. Oh yes. Premium. Yeah. Premium the end. Oh yes. 100%. Yeah, like this one has a lot of applications, right, for premium, so which is very, very nice. And it's nice to see
Yeah.
that a lot of the cards that we see over here, right, if it's not tied down by the specific Vanguard or by the playstyle, right, it's actually quite viable to play in premium also.
Yeah, imagine this. The end, a pre-V series, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The end being boosted by Tension State.
Yep.
And then Tri-Bash gives it an extra critical.
If the attack hits. Yes.
And your top deck is an over trigger.
Oh yeah.
GG, don't play already. Don't play
Oh
already.
yeah.
Oh yeah. PG
It's all
or
coming
die.
together now.
PG or die.
Yeah,
So yeah.
PG or die, legit.
Like even if I look at Virina Valiant, like you can play Virina Valiant in premium because he's not the Ace Vanguard, he's a side power. So you can play the whole entire Virina.
Yeah.
You can play the whole entire Virina line also. Although fetching out Trickstar and fetching back Trickstar may be a bit more difficult also, because if you're not playing Nirvana, then yeah, you would have a hard time fetching these, but still being able to include these cards and being able to activate them into Overdress state is actually quite possible.
He's the sidekick, like, basically,
Yeah.
to Nirvana. As in, he kicks you in the side. That's what it means.
Yeah. Because he's coming from the side, he's flanking you, so.
Yeah.
You guys want to know something interesting?
Huh.
Is that so far out of all the grade trees, right? I feel the most versatile grade tree among everything here for premium is actually the one from Dark State.
Baron Magnus, yeah.
Baron Magnus.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
Baron
he
Magnus.
is not restricted by what you need to put into Soul, and most of the Dark regular cards from even pre-V, it's pretty strong on the Soul charging.
Yeah.
And V, it's even worse. It basically ramps it up like 3/4. Actually.
It's much easier to do in V, but pre-V, you can do it with things like Charlotte or even Reggie.
Mm-hmm. Like
Still
that,
a pretty easy condition to hit.
yeah. 15 is actually an easy condition to hit with the later cards from both the G series as well as V series as well. So hitting 15 is actually quite easy, and then being able to benefit from his power on 15 is send both you and your opponent's rear guards to the soul, and then after that you choose 2 cards from your soul coin to rear guard circles, and then after that those units get plus 10k. So this is actually quite valuable in terms of board control for any Dark States deck, Dark States affiliated deck.
Yeah.
Although I'm still a bit questionable about Eugene, but that's another topic for another day until I really try it. But Eugene is not really looking too good in the premium section because of his condition to retire as well as to mix around with the other deck. It seems kind of not synergized.
Yeah, you have to look at Perdition Dragons, because those are the only ones that I can think of the top of my head, right? That does any retiring in the main phase, which is all what Eugene is all about. So,
and the resting of the 2 rear guards is actually quite painful. Not even Inspire Yell can help you with that.
Actually, yes, Inspire Yell can. You rest Inspire Yell and then the dragon with the gong. I cannot remember its name.
Viera.
Basically, you rest the 2.
You can
retire.
Then that
skill
works.
plus 10k to something else. And then when you attack, Inspire You goes into brings your back into place.
Yep.
And it goes back to deck and draw.
Correct.
If you're playing with that, then that can work. That can definitely work.
That's what they call a Transum Blade Master deck.
Nick rides onto Barrow Magnus.
Nick.
That's another idea. There is another idea.
Yeah, so a lot of these cards, right, like even though they are specifically within Overdress, right, they still have a lot of viability in premium, and it's quite nice to see like people cooking up all the things also. With the exception of course the Catastrophe Overtrigger, which people already cooked up Ultima and this thing. So
yeah, I mean I was the one who brought it up first, right? Among us.
Yeah, I mean no, you predicted the skill. You predicted the skill. But
that really brought it up first was actually Brendan. I think the whole world's talking about it.
The whole world like immediately talked about it.
I mean, yeah.
But within group,
The skill is like, everyone gets a drive check.
Which means that I'll be paying attention to any sort of restriction list upcoming very, very soon. So especially in premium. So.
Oh no, more things to talk about.
Limit Ultima to 1.
Wait.
Oh, I thought don't do anything. Right?
You will only play 1 Ultima anyway. What are you talking
No. No, you don't limit Ultima to 1. You limit the Overtrigger to 1. Oh wait. Then Kettle Overtrigger plus Platina equals unlimited call works. Only if you stack your deck to have full of stand triggers. That's it.
Yeah.
Only if you can stack your deck. Because
I'm reading the one for Vanguard. Brangate.
Brangate. Brangate is double all your front row power and critical.
Elder, right? Eldo. I don't know.
Elder Breath.
Elder Breath. Breas. Okay, anyway. During your turn off, your front row gets +2 criticals.
No, gets double.
Oh, wait, no. Twice the number of criticals.
Yep.
Power.
Yep.
Does anybody want to get reminded that Link Joker is a Force clan?
Yeah.
Hey! I heard you just got 100 million power. How about 200 million?
We already have that with the current Overtrigger that we have in the start deck. So.
No, as in for this one, right? For Elder Breath, because it's like you get 100 million to 1 unit, Then you use the additional effect, So your unit that gets 100 million gets 200 million now.
Did you know that somebody came up with a very insane combo with the Overtrigger and and the GB8 for Dimension Police?
Oh my god. Dimax, right?
Hang on. It's not Dimax. Hang on,
Or like Dimax.
Wait, isn't it Dimax?
No, it's not Dimax. I can't remember what
Dimension
it was.
Police. Let me look for it.
I also looking for it also. Dimension Police.
Ultimate Dai King.
Ultimate Dai King. Yeah, Ultimate Dai King. So.
This unit gets +10k 1 crit for each of your rear guards. Then at the end of battle, if the power is 80k or higher, all your rear guards get 10k for each of these units critical. Oi, 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 oi. I don't care if my Vanguard doesn't hit 80k. Oh, I got over 3 up, bam only.
Yeah, so here's the combo that I read. So because if you read the skill, this unit gets plus 10k one critical for each of your regards until the end of the battle. Then at the end of the battle, if this powers 80k or more, if you hit the over trigger, which you will hit I think 100 billion. Yeah. So all of your regards get plus 100k for each of these units critical. The amount of critical this thing can get, right, especially if you crit over trigger.
Okay.
I think somebody counted 14.
The over trigger. Yeah. He does.
Yeah. So your all of your regards, right, get plus 10k. Then I think the calculation ended up being the highest possible is 14 criticals. So that's 140k with the over trigger. So
all right, let me go back to the drawing board and do some globe makers with the hexa I need some crazy shit to do.
Rank over trigger.
Plus
rank over trigger plus V Laurel
times 2
power
power
1 crit but 3 gain gallant reset for 80k condition.
Yep.
Alright, next.
I want what he's smoking.
I want what he's smoking too, because that was hilarious when I read it. So. Andrew coming in with Monster Hunter, curse you stupid golden fry. Fighting against 2 Diablos in high rank wasn't as frustrating as this.
Again, welcome to Monster Hunter.
Welcome to Monster Hunter, yeah. Welcome to Monster Hunter. So yeah. I think we didn't answer your original question that you posted quite some time ago, Leon, which is that what do you think of all the great trees, or rather the aces in this set? I quite like where all the aces are. I love the fact that they are alternatives and not outright replacements for the for the guys in the start deck as well. They all play very differently, and strength-wise, right, they seem to be comparable up to a certain degree, depending on certain cards and from your perspective. So, but they all are comparable. None seems way too overpowered over to the other. Unless they high roll. Unless they high roll. Because I realized something. High rolling, right? High rolling is actually like where a lot of the decks actually get a lot of the edge from. And I think that's also how competitive players also get the also gets the strength form, so from high rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, if I look at
a
all
lot of the decks that I have seen so far are built less on consistency and most on just high rolling. But they are consistent on, they are good and all that. But some of these things is really just about high rolling.
Yeah, correct. So if I look at this, right, if I take away high rolling, right, all these seem fair in comparison. All face, like even you have 3 shadow army tokens, that's 15k base, like 50k boosters and all that. So like it's high power. It's high power, but if you mitigate damage early enough, right, they're not much of a threat to you. So same like with Violence Bruce. Violence Bruce, if he's not able to get the 5 souls consistently, then he's almost of like a 16 duck and you have another turn on your hand depending on how far the game is. So same with Baromegas as well. Baromegas, you get the 15, you put all the cards into the soul. That just means I have more soul blasts. Stoicheia Magnolia players, yay! Yeah, I have more soul to actually give plus 10k to Lattice and also to do some of the other stuff as well. So, hey, I'm not playing against Prison, so. And surprisingly enough, right? Surprisingly enough, even though the Prison mechanic is as strong as it is, right? It's nice to know that because of the triple drive track, right, you are quite vulnerable to decking out. So if you play the game of attrition, right, you can actually outlast Sarah Snow.
Actually, I just realized. Oh no, that's a great tool. Yeah, I'm forget what I saw. But wait, did the Seraph set not have a grade 3 triple R, or is it a grade 2?
Which one? Sarah Snow. Sarah Snow got a grade 2, which is this one over here.
It's a grade 2 triple.
It's a grade 2 triple. So this one is in support, and this one has the, if you have 2 or more cards in the prison, then it gets plus 5k plus 10k shield.
Okay, got it.
So yeah. What is this? Bastion isn't affected by high roll from what I texted. Are you sure? Because you're not triggering from triggers, you're also triggering from grade 3 also.
That's a deck running on 36 triggers, so
that's not high roll, man. That's guaranteed. SSR.
That's guaranteed. So.
Okay. It's not exactly guaranteed, as proven in the fight between me and Brendan.
But it might as well be,
Yeah, but during the test fight, there was a lot of time you just like crit 3 grade 3, then draw grade 3, front, then a grade 3. I'm just like, okay, I'll see you then. I will get coffee.
Yeah, and as you've seen also in the championship match as well, like if he's not able to check the grade 3s right, or check any triggers right to really push the envelope right, Bastion is pretty much like any other deck.
Yes, because his starting game has very minimal defense. So high rolling, he does get affected pretty badly depending on the high roll.
Quite so also. And even the boost in here also doesn't change his chances. It only increases the capabilities of him being able to put to check more grade 3s also. Because I can imagine somebody actually playing, not say a deck full of grade 3s so like they gotta have some grade 1s and grade 2s for calling capabilities. But you know, most of their decks will be a grade 3 or trigger. So like I can see that actually happening and now possible, especially with additional grade 3s. Great grade 3s as well. Like this one, the triple R from their side. I think their supports are also very good. And this one as well, this unit cannot be affected by opponent's card effects. That's nice. You have to beat it into submission.
I hate it so much. Like, why are they getting resist at the start of the get-go?
Baron Magnus cannot put this into the soul. Baron Magnus cannot put this card into the soul.
That's not the point.
Yeah. How do you feel about all the blitz orders and ranking them? All the blitz orders well, we won't be able to sort them out, so but I think they're under like rares and going from there. I like where all the blitz orders are going and how they tailor to what the clan or what the nation kind of needs. So if you look at say which is a good blitz which is a good blitz order. I like the Dark States one because the Dark States one is like plus 15k. And you know, I think Leon enjoys the one for Dragon Empire because Dragon Empire is that if you had 3 or more damage, then you know, choose one of your units and for the battle it gets plus 15k. That's a very good card, right there. So
yeah, that's actually a pretty good stacking for G Guardian if you put it into premium. Because the problem is that Dragon Empire nations has really weird G Guardians and most of them actually don't provide that much power. So especially for Narukami and Kagero is very more prominent in that area. So these order cards might actually help to fix or at least stabilize the thing.
And if anything, they're more on the fun side. Like I look at this one, the grade 3 for Dragon Empire. Retire for as many counterblasts that you use to pay for this order. Like this is super fun. Like put this with Zingerberg.
No, Zingerberg is across the board, but who are you putting it with?
Yeah, that's true. The base itself as well. Like put this with I wouldn't say
Blade Master?
No, Blade Master. Blade Master is quite high retire on its own. In terms G Blade Master
guys, no. Put it with the cross. You counter blast 5, retire everything, general conrols.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. And you still get the counter charge too, and you still get to hit the guy with Zingerberg on your strike.
Correct. Exactly.
And still counter.
Yeah.
And still counter charge per swing.
And still counter charge per swing as well. So in terms of the fun factor is there. So like I look at the Brangate now. Soul Blast 1, then your Vanguard gets plus 10k. Like that's quite fun. So. And then you also have the Among Us. You also have the Among Us here card as well. Counter Blast 2, choose one with Vanguard, it gets plus 30k. Counter Blast 2 is a bit high, so but plus 30k to your Vanguard. Ooh boy. Blitz Order Protection. Nice. This one is a normal card, so sorry. That was a normal order. But yeah, this one is they play more on towards the fun side, and it's nice to see them actually putting some more significance to order cards and you know just bringing them into a good state whereby there are strong considerations alongside your units to play.
Oh, there's one right. I think this one is this one is common. Plus 2, choose a Vanguard plus 30k.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what I was talking about.
That's the Among Us. Okay. That's the
Have
Among Us.
Have you seen the
so.
Order Zone ones? The 2 of them.
Oh yeah,
we saw that a long time ago.
Yeah,
those are supposed to work together with the Brangate's new cards.
Yeah, that's supposed to go with Office.
One is with Office for sure.
No,
one works with Office.
Both are for Office. No, both are for Office.
Oh, both are.
Because the two set order cards that's in this box right is the world cards and it's for Office.
Oh.
So like immediately BT02 already, we're about to get a new BT01. We're about to get a new world order for Overdress. And that's an old joke that I made a long time ago when they talked about Office. So
Yeah.
Copino says, do you guys know what decks you want to or are going to use and why? We already chosen our nations a long time ago. So for myself, it is Dark States. So I'm going with Violence Bruce. Leon, you'll be sticking to Nirvana
My
at this point in
champion
time, right?
deck.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
champion.
my champion deck.
Yes.
Oh, don't say
Nirvana as well as Eugene.
Oh, yeah, and Dempster will be the odd one out because Dempster will be playing Sarah Snow and also playing Hexa Ops Sorceress as
Hexa
well.
Op. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, beyond those, right? I think there's not that many other decks that I want to play as. They want to play as because budget issues. But at the same time, also there's not much out there, right, that I actually want to experience, because I kind of like the way that the Violet Bruce plays out, and I want to see more of it. So I just want to see where the evolution can go with the boosts coming out from here. So yeah, I haven't seen the Kettle ones here though. So Kettle one is that choose 3 of your units. No, if you have 3 or more units, then choose 1 units for a battle. It gets plus 15k. So yeah, Leon was right some time ago. Like a lot of the all of the nations are getting plus 50k order cards. It feels a little homogeneous also, but yeah lah. I mean, it's to add a nice defense also, because for 15k for 1 card is like it's like additional trigger guard. So yeah.
It is to some regards, and it's very helpful.
Mhm.
Because you don't have to worry about balancing things out all too much, because these are not unit cards essentially. They can be used when you are out of options. It's not necessary that you need to use them. If you feel that you need to discard them, you can discard them with no regrets.
Absolutely.
Until your opponent hits you with double triggers. But
Yeah, that pretty much is also. Alright, it's been an hour since we had a live stream. Is there anything else that we want to check out or we want to talk about? If you guys have any questions, feel free to bring them in before we decide to close the stream. So we can still be on for a while longer. Debs, have you seen the episodes?
Yeah, I have.
What do
I
you
had a
think?
lot of fun watching episode 2 for sure. Episode 1, I only watched the second half of the premiere, so I went back to watch the first half, and oh man, there's so much weirdness going on.
But you
Yeah,
had
But it was okay lah. Episode 2 onwards, on the other hand, it's I think Leon knew what my reactions were lah when he was watching me watch, like when he saw me watch it live.
it was
Not like on the spot.
Hmm.
Yeah, if this episode doesn't make me like Megumi even more, right, I don't know what else will. Like seriously. But I do enjoy it so far. I really enjoy it so far. They are not focusing so much on the fights anymore, and are focusing more on the storytelling and character development, which is actually quite a welcome change, because every single anime that Vanguard has put out before this was all just to advertise the cards. This, on the other hand, is a very different case, and I enjoy it for what it is. I just pray and hope that it's not another tragedy that is called Luck and Logic, which died by the second episode. So so as of now, Overdress is very safe, and plus it's done by Clamp. So Clamp is a very promising group. So I have faith in them.
Yeah. you know, I almost thought he was gonna say this is like the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise.
Of what?
Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's a Star Wars thing, so yeah, it's a Star Wars
Sorry, I'm not doing the Star Wars to say that, so you can only expect the bare minimum, the shallow level.
Alright. Isaiah asked favorite starter. Do you mean start decks?
Sunrise Egg. Because
Leon-
breakfast.
Leon goes with his Digitamamon.
Innocent Matt. So, but I can always change my first Vanguard to something else, because as it turns out, Bad Steve and Anger Richard don't care what's underneath.
Yeah. Oh, surprisingly, mine would have to be Triconnect Sorceress. Like, duh, why not, right?
I know. The grade 3 that supports Baromegas is confusing. Let me look at the card for you, because I don't know what you mean by confusing, because when you call the Vanguard circle, if your Vanguard is Baromegas, you soul charge 2, so it adds plus to the soul. Then if you have 10 or more cards in the soul, you can choose to pay Counterblast 2, and then after that all your units in the front row gets plus 5k. So while Counterblast 2 is a little expensive, but then again, Baromegas doesn't actually use any resources whatsoever. It just stacks so. So in terms of resources, you have a lot to play with, and then this one being on your Vanguard circle, and then plus 5k to the front row, and especially if what you call it? Especially if you're able to play this down. Sorry, I thought it was auto skill also, because if it was an auto skill, you call this out from the soul from Baromegas' own skill, then you plus 10k to the front row.
This one. Okay.
But it's not the case also. But yeah, I mean, in terms of resources wise, I think you have a lot of resources to play with. So adding something like this to the deck actually isn't too bad, and it helps with your soul charging. So yeah, end of turn ruling, you mean? So yeah, I mean, for that turn, it says for that turn. It says here, Counterblast, by paying Counterblast 2 for that turn, then all units in front row gets plus 5k. You can't pay this skill until you are on your own main phase, so you can't activate this in your opponent's turn, not unless it says that you can. So yeah.
But I do understand why you call it confusing also lah.
Apparently that seems to be a common occurrence these days also. Especially with what it says for the Stoicheia Overtrigger, because a lot of people had a lot of misunderstanding about that one. So yeah, Andrew says no questions, just bored, stupid fish. Leon, do you know if the golden fish bait is still a thing?
I believe so, because it's not. I just haven't seen it because I didn't go around fishing.
Yeah, I haven't done fishing as well, but usually that's like a staple item when it comes to farming for fish. So yeah, does that include existing units, like units called by Baromegas? No, it says it says all of your units get plus 5k. So I think it says that it's for the units in the front row, just those units currently in the front row. So if they move into the soul, they come back out, it's gone. Because what I discovered about the Persona Rider, right, the Persona Rider says you gain the effect, all your units in the front row gets plus 10k. That's what the Persona Rider skill actually says. This doesn't give you, the player, the effect of all units get in the front row gets plus 5k. So it's current. I believe the ruling is that it's current and not for the rest of the turn. And not for all units in the front row during that turn.
If you have more 10 cards more in the soul, by counterblasting 2 during the turn, your front row units. Oh, okay. During that turn, yeah. So once they go into your soul, they're all gone already.
Yep.
So the 5k is only for.
So for only those current
whatever...
units, I believe. So I believe the ruling is that it's only for its current rulings also. I don't think the official Vanguard has said anything about it. So I would say that if you need further clarification, you can go to straight to them and ask them about the skill if it hasn't been asked already. And in fact, I think the wiki also has asked a lot of questions about it as well. So you can also check the wiki as well and check the comments, see if anybody has stated. So yeah. So yeah, if there's something else, do you guys have anything else that you want to bring up?
Other than I'm really very excited for this to come out, that's about it.
Are you excited to take part in the league, Damser? Oh wait, no, you're one of the founders. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oh no! I mean, yes, of course.
Hint, hint, wink,
Oh
wink.
no!
So, any final words from our CVGS Overdress champion, Leon?
Final word?
Final words, I know. But he keeps saying final words like I'm gonna die.
I mean, it's either that or any last words.
Yeah,
which is
it's
worst.
it's either one of the
Anything
two.
else you have to say before we close the stream?
Okay. Okay, thank you for
I mean, it's a
correcting
joke.
me.
It's a joke.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
actually, no, I should start using that. So yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there is one last comment that is coming in from what I see. Mate is asking, are we gonna do the box opening? Yes, we are going to. But there is a tiny problem. I'm not gonna hide it from you guys. There is a tiny problem. Our box will only arrive next week.
So we won't be able to
Yeah.
get so the unboxing video will come at a later time, but we will be doing one. So if you you can so if you're willing to hold out for us, we definitely will have quite a bit to say about the stuff that you get in the box set. So yeah,
You guys heard it here first.
so
I think we can do a quick post on our socials about this lah.
Yeah, so you can always check in the links in the description box below. That's where all our socials are. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We also have a Discord as well, so you can come talk to us at any time if you want to look for us for one particular reason or another. So, but this is, am I late? Yes, we're very late. We're about to end. Actually,
But jello nonetheless.
with jello nonetheless. So yeah. Yeah, we'll be definitely be doing an unboxing video. Just it will be a bit late, so do pardon us if for it being late, but we will continue to bring you more Overdress content in the coming days and weeks, especially with the BT coming out. So we will be having some matches and more fighters in the Overdress League as well. So now it won't be just me and JJ in that table that you saw in the fight video that was released earlier today. You guys can also see more names in there, and we have kickstarted the Overdress League, and yeah, and we will have more challenges for our champion Leon coming very, very soon. Mate says final words, he's gonna be deleted. Oh wait, it's coming out next week. The BT is out this Friday, Potato.
Yeah. So, but we due to some problems, we'll only be getting our box next week.
So so again,
But better late than never. So for unboxing videos, just look forward to it. We hope you look forward to it. Definitely.
absolutely. So more fighters, yes, we definitely have more
Oh
fighters.
no!
So
I mean,
because
yes.
because
We have enough roster for Street Fighter.
we have enough roster for Street Fighter 2. So we have the
No,
the
this
10
is
fighters.
not Street Fighter. You can only cover on the table, so it's table fighters.
So it's table fighters. So.
Table fighters.
Yeah, so you can expect to see Brendan back in the fold. So as he also will be competing with CVGS Overdress Championship, he definitely want to showcase his updated Bastion stuff as well.
Updated cancer.
I don't know about that yet. So, but you will definitely see me, and you will definitely see me play more closely to Violence Bruce and not playing other decks, because I'm going to be sticking to just Violence Bruce. So you'll be able to see more Final Rush shenanigans from me very, very, very soon. Pop thumbnail DSR. only if we high roll and manage to get it. So, but that means that my gacha luck for all of my gacha games are going to be nil. It's going to be
He's
nil.
gonna watch.
Yeah.
He's going to watch
Prepare
out
not
for the road.
to roll anything for the next 10 weeks.
I already spent 30 multis on trying to get Rosaria. I didn't get Rosaria. I got
Okay,
I got
you
C50 Barbara. I got C50 Barbara.
The PT for this one then.
What PT is that for 4-star? After fishing, I'll leave it to Rain instead. I know she loves fishing anyway. In case you didn't hear Andrew, look and see if there's a thing called golden fish bait. Maybe that's what you need. So yeah.
I knew
need
exactly
something
what he
that-
was talking about. Rene loves fishing. Yes, I totally understand that. Stupid peacock. Okay, not stupid, but you know what I mean.
Isaiah is like saying, is Leon in danger? Dude, I'm always in danger.
No, Leon is not in danger. We are. Guys, petition, please.
I am the
Petition to
danger.
save us from this.
Leon is the danger because he's our CVGS Overdress champion. So yeah, but you know, but we
On screen undefeated.
well, you only have one match. So
Overpowered overdress leader.
you only had one match, so you know, you only had one match. So we have to hold off on the undefeated part until your next title match
so
coming up.
not
So
looking forward to this.
a sacrifice
Oh,
willing to
no.
make. So,
Exactly. Some of you may die, but there is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
thanks, Farquhar.
One must die for the rest to survive.
I will, but there's no word on that sadly. So, but yeah.
Okay,
That was it. Yep.
Unfortunately, I think we had to end the stream around here because I need to be elsewhere.
Yep, Dempster as well need to be elsewhere. So
Yeah.
we will try to keep this to closer to an hour, a little overrun over here. But yes, we will be back again in the coming weeks for discussion stream. So do look forward to us over here at CVGS channel again. If you guys aren't subscribed, because as I found out, I've been looking at our analytics recently, about 50% of you are actually not subscribed. So if you guys want to help us out, you like the stuff that you see here and want to see more of it, why not just give us a subscribe? Click that subscribe button. It takes you less than a second. It takes you less time than for you to find that persona right. for.
But it'll give you a lifetime of entertainment. Sorry.
But it will give you a lifetime of entertainment. So yeah. No, thank you,
So
thank you,
as
thank
you are
you.
pressing that subscribe button, do remember to ring the bell.
Yep.
As you
Yes.
get notified on all social for all our latest videos as well.
Yep.
Mm.
And as well, follow us on
Check
Twitch. So if you want to see me, Leon, and maybe Danster, if he's available at the time as well, we are going to be up on Friday, a little late night, but we'll be up on Friday for more Monster Hunter shenanigans. If you guys want to hunt with us, if you guys play Monster Hunter Rise and want to hunt with us, do be sure to come down on that Friday, and then we can play some, we can do some hunts together and just have a hell of a time. So if you want to check all that out, it's all on twitch.tv/CVGS. You can find us over there as well to hang out and chill as well. And of course, if you like what you see here and want to support us directly, you can join the likes of Daddy Angrieto, Wen Hao Law, and Samuel McKay. You guys are awesome for being our members here on CVGS. And so you guys have access to our meme emotes and badges, and you guys can request some videos for us, which we are following through on some of the videos that you guys have asked. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your support, and hope to have your continued support going forward. So with all that said, is there anything else? I'll use those words from now on. Is there anything else that we have from Leon and Nemster?
No,
That's all from me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all from us.
That's
alright?
all from us.
Okay, so
And-
thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
But before that, Andrew says no bait. I'll try the higher level instead. Yeah, give that a try. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Higher level.
Right. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.